Toyota is often seen as a car company. That description is too small. Its real advantage is a production system built to coordinate thousands of decisions across factories, suppliers, warehouses, and markets. The machine is not one factory. It is the entire network. Every minute matters. Every unnecessary movement is treated as a problem. Every production delay can spread through the system. And that creates Toyota's hidden advantage. It doesn't simply manufacture vehicles at enormous scale. It continuously engineers the process of manufacturing itself. But how does a system this large stay synchronized? The answer begins with scale. Toyota's manufacturing footprint stretches across Japan and into major markets around the world. But scale alone creates complexity. Different countries, different suppliers, different regulations, different labor markets, different customer demand. The challenge is keeping these separate systems connected. Toyota's factories are not isolated islands. They operate as parts of a broader production architecture. Plants can specialize, suppliers can synchronize, production can move closer to major markets, and knowledge can travel from one facility to another. The surprising part is this. Toyota's greatest scale advantage may not be how many vehicles it can build. It is how efficiently its manufacturing knowledge can be replicated. And replication requires something even more important than factories. That system begins with infrastructure. Factories need materials at exactly the right moment. Not too early, not too late. Toyota's production philosophy is built around reducing unnecessary inventory while maintaining continuous flow. That means suppliers are tightly connected to manufacturing operations. Parts move through a coordinated ecosystem. Steel becomes components. Components become assemblies. Assemblies become vehicles. The goal is not simply speed. It is controlled flow. This changes the economics of manufacturing. Less excess inventory, less wasted space, fewer unnecessary movements. But the system creates a new vulnerability. When the network becomes highly synchronized, disruption anywhere can travel everywhere. So Toyota needs another layer, a system designed to detect problems before they become expensive. That layer is the production system itself. Toyota's famous approach is often reduced to a few words: just in time, lean manufacturing. But the deeper principle is more powerful. Problems are supposed to become visible. If a station falls behind, the system exposes it. If a defect appears, the process is designed to stop and investigate. The objective is not to hide disruption. It is to find its source. That creates a manufacturing culture built around constant correction. Small improvements accumulate across thousands of workers, across thousands of production steps, across millions of vehicles. The result is a compounding advantage. Toyota does not need every factory to be perfect. It needs the entire system to become better over time. And that learning does not stop at the factory gate. It moves through the global network. Now the system leaves the factory. Toyota's production machine depends on movement. Ships, trucks, railways, ports, distribution centers. Thousands of routes connecting suppliers, factories, and markets. A vehicle assembled in one country may depend on components originating somewhere else. That creates a logistics challenge measured in timing. One delayed shipment can disrupt a production schedule. One blocked port can affect an entire region. This is why Toyota's manufacturing power cannot be separated from its logistics network. The company is effectively coordinating an industrial supply chain across continents. But logistics is only half the equation. The harder question is control. How does a global production system know when something is beginning to go wrong? The answer is visibility. Toyota's production system depends on information moving almost as quickly as physical parts. Production data, inventory levels, quality signals, supplier performance, demand forecasts. The goal is to identify abnormal conditions early. Because in a system this large, small problems are dangerous. A minor delay at one supplier can become a shortage at a factory. A quality issue can multiply across production lines. A demand shift can create excess inventory. Control systems turn these signals into decisions. But the real advantage is not technology alone. It is the ability to combine standardized processes with human judgment. Machines can detect anomalies. People investigate them. The system learns, and that creates something competitors struggle to copy. Not a machine, a collective operating memory. This is where Toyota's influence becomes larger than its own factories. Its production system has influenced manufacturing far beyond automobiles. Lean principles spread across industries. Supply chains adopted similar ideas. Factories began measuring waste differently. Production processes became more disciplined. But Toyota's real dependence is also reciprocal. It relies on an enormous ecosystem of suppliers and industrial partners. Component manufacturers, materials producers, technology companies, logistics operators, energy providers. The system works because thousands of organizations operate within the same economic rhythm. That creates scale, but it also creates strategic exposure. When global supply chains break, Toyota feels the impact, and so does everyone connected to the same industrial ecosystem. Which raises the final question. What happens when this production machine becomes a global competitive weapon? The answer is that Toyota's true competitive advantage is difficult to see from the outside. It is not one factory, not one technology, not one supplier, not even one manufacturing philosophy. It is the integration of everything. Factories, suppliers, logistics, information, quality control, workforce knowledge, and continuous improvement. Together, they create a production machine that becomes stronger through repetition. Every vehicle produced generates experience. Every disruption exposes a weakness. Every correction becomes new knowledge. Then that knowledge can spread across plants, across countries, across the entire network. That is the hidden power of Toyota. Its greatest asset is not the products moving off the assembly line. It is the system that makes the assembly line itself increasingly difficult to beat. And that changes the definition of scale. Because when competitors build more factories, Toyota can improve the system connecting its factories. When supply chains become more complex, Toyota can refine the coordination between them. When markets shift, the machine can adapt. This is why Toyota is difficult to compete with. The company is not simply manufacturing vehicles. It is manufacturing the capability to manufacture at global scale. And that capability is the real empire. Toyota is not simply a company that builds vehicles. It is a global system designed to keep building and keep improving the system that builds them.